Gente. Hi. I think it's just me and y'all tonight. I hope you don't mind, okay? No makeup, no earrings. I got things to do right after, but you know I don't like to leave you guys hanging, okay? So let's get this party started, okay? You guys know me. I am on the block with Jen. If you're here for the first time, where you been, baby? Okay? Buckle up. It gets bumpy here sometimes. We give you the whole raw truth. You guys swallow it. Some of you like it, some of you don't. Okay. I think it's just me and y'all tonight. Haran is working overtime. No Saint is at an appointment. Lily's in bed because she's flying out to me tomorrow so we could stack our shows for Sisterhood Sips. If you have not already, please hit that like and subscribe on this page. We also have a treat for you over on Sisterhood Sips, which is its own channel. Okay, you don't get Sisterhood Sips here, you get it on its own channel. Let me show you what our thumbnail looks like, you know, so you know aesthetically what you are looking for. This is Sisterhood Sips. This is the sister show to On the Block with Jen. It's called Sisterhood Sips, and it's Lily and I. Lots and lots of raw girl talk where we think about everything entailing men, life, love, advice, and money over on Sisterhood Sips. This is every Sunday. Sisterhood Sips Sundays. We drop a new episode every single Sunday. Okay. Then you guys know I have On the Block with Jen one-on-one where I do interviews with maybe a celebrity or a friend of a particular profession. It's just me and that person, or me just doing this, what I'm doing now, talking to you guys a one-on-one. So we're going to hang out for a little bit. Thank you so much, Edwin. We're going to hang out for a little bit, okay? I got some Usher tickets, honey, okay? That's why it's good to have friends. One of my girlfriends that works out here, she works for Magic Mike. You know, the guys that, you know, the Channing Tatum, the stripper guys. Like, you can't really call them strippers because they don't strip, they dance. It's more choreography than taking their clothes off. Matter of fact, only one guy takes his clothes off and he covers his schlong with a hat. So you don't even see him. You just see his booty. Anyway, she got some Usher tickets for tonight. So you know I'm going to go see me some Usher, see what the big deal is. So I'll be doing that tonight. So I'm not going to be here long. This was a story that I saw on the timeline, specifically Lovely T's page. You guys know her. She's a very, very, very popular podcaster. I scroll her page every now and then to see what she got going on. And I found this story particularly interesting. I have my opinion on it. Chat, please. Please, 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 by all means, you guys can participate. Let me know what you think. If you guys want to come up here while I'm up here, I will drop the link. I did drop it. It's already in the chat. So if you guys want to come up and give me your opinion, tonight's the night because the team is not here. So it'll just be me and you. Okay. If you come up, and we'd love to see your face because it makes for better conversation. If you want to hide behind an avatar, pay the lady. Speaking of, if you want to support the show, by all means, drop me some chips in my Cash App. It is On the Block with Jen. That's how we keep the street lights on here. Buy me a smoothie. It's also Cash App On the Block with Jen. I'm also On the Block with Jen at Gmail if you want to contact me for business regarding any of the shows that I'm doing. Okay, that's for business. Don't go in there and bullshit. Okay, Mama's very, very, very busy. A lot of people say they're busy. I'm very busy. So On the Block with Jen at Gmail for business. I love talking about business. If you got something that can benefit me and I can reciprocate, On the Block with Jen, Gmail, On the Block with Jen. Cash App, by the way, thank you so much. I got very generous gifts to my Cash App overnight, okay? And every time I get a Cash App overnight and I'm not even on air, it is like a really big hug. I can't tell you how grateful I am because this is very, very stressful. Podcasting is stressful. We make it look easy. It is not, okay? We are independent journalists, right? We have to do our own research. We have to make sure what we're saying is correct. We have to come on every day. We have to look good for you guys. So I thank you every time I get, a little Cash App gift. I'm like, it's like a hug, like keep going, girl. So I appreciate you guys from the bottom of my heart. Again, when you guys Cash App me, I don't shout your name because I feel like Cash App is private and you probably don't want people to know where your chips are going. However, if you want me to say your name, like say you're sponsoring a show and that's why you're Cash Apping me, I will be more than happy to say your name, okay? by all means. So if that's what you want to do, I am here to do that for you. Okay, just FYI. Also, it's important that you support us via social media. What's up, E Black? E Black, what's up? Did you move into the block? Did you move into the block? Cause you here? You been here? Let me find out you got an apartment on the block. Okay, Tristan. According to Tristan, he says if you want to come up tonight and talk to me with an avatar, hide behind an avatar, the fee will be $30. Tristan set the price. I didn't. There it is. That's how life works. Or you guys could just watch me in the chat. So tonight, I'm here for a good time, not a long time, because I gotta get to the Usher show, honey. I gotta get to the Usher show, and I'll tell you guys all about it mañana. Hopefully we get good seats. I need them Kiki Palmer seats, okay? Okay, so guys, so I want to talk about our teachers failing students or our parents failing teachers. Specific video. I'm going to play it for you guys. We'll dissect it together. Okay. E Black says he's a homosexual on the block. Well, we done dealt with them, E Black, so you're welcome. At least we know you could keep us laughing. Most of the homosexuals don't have shit, but okay. And that gets old after a while. All right, guys. So I'm gonna play this video. Rock with me. Listen to it again. I am on the block dolo tonight. If you want to come up, there's a fee. If you want to hide behind your avatar, give me your 2 cents, or come up with your face. We'd love to see your face. Makes for better conversation. Now I'm getting text. Okay, that's Lily. Okay. I will talk to my Lily later. Lily is getting in bed early so she could fly to me tomorrow. So let's play this video. Let's break it down a little bit. I have some very harsh opinions like I normally do. And you guys may disagree. You guys may be like, no, Jen, that's not true. Feel free to let me know. I'm up here, no freaking makeup because I just woke up from a nap. And I got to jump in the shower after this so I can get to this show. So bear with me in my just bear with me. I woke up like this. All right, here we go. Share screen. I'm hoping you guys can see this screen because I can't ask the panel if they can see it. So chat, you're going to have to let me know if you can see the screen. Give me a thumbs up in the chat. Give me a number 1. Throw a star in the chat. Whatever you want to do, let me know that you can see it. And I will play this and we will dissect. Let me know if you can see it while I sit my Starbucks. No, it ain't coffee. I drink vanilla chai tea. Thank you, Kareem. All right, you guys can see it. So I'm going to play it for you. I thought these were some alligator tears, but you let me know. I'm quite the cynical person, as you guys know. So, but let's listen to this young lady and her plight. Pay attention because we ain't going to be here again long and I'm not going to play it again. So pay attention. Hold up. Where's the sound on this? Oh, here we go. Okay, listen up, guys.
If you're a parent and your child is in pre-K to elementary school to high school, I'm calling you out. The children today, I have never experienced, and I'm 22. Having to teach and work with you guys as children has been the most traumatic experience of my life. I teach 5-year-olds ballet. 5-year-old girls ballet. I have a class of 10 students. They don't respect any authority. You ask them, can you stand in your designated spot? They're telling you no and shut up. They're throwing things at each other. They're throwing things at other people, other classmates. You say, can everybody sit in their spot? I don't want to. I'm not doing that. You don't get to tell me what to do. You're not my mom. You confront the parent. The parent tries to argue with you and fuss at you because you tried to reprimand and redirect their kid. I told a young little girl, please sit in your spot. You're not my mom. You don't tell me what to do. Okay. When her mom came to pick her up, I said, hey, your daughter's having a hard time following instructions. And 7 times today, I've had to redirect her to just sit in her spot. Well, clearly she didn't want to sit, and mind you, this is a mom. Clearly she didn't want to fucking sit right there. So, I mean, if she's telling you she don't want to do something, why keep asking her to do it? You know she's not going to do it. What world do we live in? Like, what in you guys' brain as a parent says, my kid not following any directions is a great thing. It's not that serious, and y'all don't have a right to tell her what to do. It's sad. It's sad. It's really, really sad. And another thing that's heart-wrenching is horrifying. It is horrifying. Your 5-year-old daughters are asking to listen to Pound Town and Ski Yee. Your daughters, your 5-year-old daughters are asking, can we hear Pound Town? I'm playing them Princess Tiana ballet music. And they are asking me, can we hear Pound? I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. And I'm so scared for these little girls today because this is the most insane agenda push I have ever seen in my life. We do freeze dance. You guys' daughters are twerking at 5. 5. Where's the parenting? Where's the boundaries? Where's the help? Y'all are not helping your kids. You're hurting them. You guys are hurting them. I come every day dressed, ready to go, and I'm in school too. I'm in college. I mean, I put bows in my hair. I'm wearing leotards. I'm trying to get them interested in like proper things for their age, and you guys are exposing your kids to this raunchy secular music. Why is you guys' 5-year-old's daughter singing Pound Town? I'm calling out all the parents. If you're
Okay. So if she came into my office with this, let's say I was her supervisor or the principal, whatever, she came into my office with this, I would say, do you want to quit? Like, I don't get it. Do you want to quit? So here's what I think about it. And again, I said I'm quite cynical because I see a pattern on social media, right? And when I explain to you the pattern, you're probably going to be like, that shit is so true. We do have a professional in the chat. Thank you, Howie G, for this comment. He says, as a 19-year school bus driver, I blame parents because it seems like they don't send their kids to school to learn, but more so because they need that free babysitter, aka teachers and bus drivers. That is true. I will not negate that. A lot of parents work, right? A lot of parents work. And let's get deeper. A lot of people are having children they can't afford, so they got to bust their ass and work, and someone got to watch their kids while they're working. So they shove them off to school. Now, with that said, yeah, kids have to go to school anyway. However, it's a relief to the parent, even the ones that aren't working, to have that child out of their house for 8 hours a day. Okay, not going to negate that. That is true. They want the kids out the house 8 hours a day. What a relief. Let somebody else deal with them. And then when the kids come home, they do the bare minimum. However, this young lady, I want to address this young lady. Here's a pattern that I see, and you guys probably have seen this pattern as well. These very, very young, first of all, I think she's too young to be a teacher. I understand a teacher's aide that comes in every now and then. Like when we were younger, we were in school, there was that young teacher's aide, the guys and the girls, they were young, they were teacher's aides. Now you got 22-year-olds in a classroom and they cannot handle it. She's breaking down because some 5-year-olds were twerking and wanted to hear Pound Town. She's ruffled. Oh my God. I didn't believe the alligator tears at the end. I mean, she tried to push him out. She gave you one of these. She gave us one of these and a little one of these. And there's nothing more. And I call it the white cry because white people do it really good on a stand in court. You know, they twist their face up, right? And then they do a high pitched voice because it's bad acting. And people associate sadness to tears and high voices. So at the end, when she gave us one of these and just wiped the tear here, that didn't exist. Child. So let's talk about the pattern I see. A lot of these young girls, okay, these attractive young girls, whether they're claiming to be psychiatrists, I've seen a psychiatrist do it, whether they're claiming to be law enforcement, whether they're claiming to be some sort of professional in a professional field. She's a professional. She's a ballet teacher in an elementary school, according to her. She wears bows in her hair. She lets you know that she wears bows in her hair, right? I see an agenda. She's talking about an agenda. She's not a stupid girl. I don't think she's a stupid girl by any means. She knows how social media works, okay? I told you this is going to be a cynical point of view, all right? I do agree with our bus driver, okay, in the chat. However, these young girls, they're normally attractive. They're normally, get in fields of work where they're going to get a lot of attention if they let people know they're in that field. So the pattern I see is they do this, they get online, they get to crying about how horrible their job is. They either quit or get fired. Then in a couple weeks, they got an OnlyFans account, okay? Or they become social media influencers. Now I'm that ex-teacher who got fired or the one that couldn't take it, but here's my ass and tits. I saw a psychiatrist do it. You guys probably remember the psychiatrist because we covered that here on the block. It was a psychiatrist who was speaking a certain type of way about her clients, and then she got fired. And what did she do? She became an influencer, right? I've seen cops do it. I've seen teachers do it. I've seen psychiatrists do it. It is a pattern that women have online, social media. And you think, oh no, these are professional women. They're not going to, no, everybody wants, okay, the easy way out, right? The path of least resistance. If that girl that we just watched right now quits teaching and starts an OnlyFans, and now it's like everybody's looking at her because everybody's sharing this video. Now she has an instant audience, right? And all she has to do is like, and people will go running. People that are interested, people that want to drag her, people that like her, people that don't like her. That's how social media works, right? So I'm extremely cynical about these women when they get online and get to crying about how hard it is. First of all, you're too young. If you're getting ruffled because some little girls were twerking in your class and wanted to hear Pound Town and you're crying in your car, if those were real tears, and I'm not saying that they are because they didn't look like it to me, if those are real tears, you don't belong at that job. You don't belong there. If any job you take has you drinking, drugging, or crying in your car, you must, I am telling you as a friend from the block, you must consider a different job or a different career. You should not be 22 years old crying in your car because a little girl was twerking in your classroom. Obviously, you're not built for this. However, as we see, you are built to get in your car with your little bow and tell everyone how hard it is because these little girls wanted to live in a Pound Town and appeal with your children. This is 2023. Okay? You have to be built a certain way. I think that a teacher should be wise. Okay? I think that a teacher should be stern. Okay? I think that a teacher should be able to deal with the different personalities that she's going to see in her class. You're not going to tell me that her entire class of little ballet dancers, they all just simultaneously started twerking and humping on the poles and swinging on the poles and all yelling simultaneously, "We want sexy man! We want Pound Town!" Like you're not going to convince me that's what was happening in your classroom, right? You have to deal with a lot when you're a teacher. A lot. I can imagine. I know some. I've had to meet with some for certain reasons. You know what I mean? So it really is a thankless job. A lot of teachers come out their own pocket because they don't have the supplies for students. It's a hard job. I think they should be getting paid a lot more. So this is not me bashing teachers in any way, shape, or form. I think it's amazing that they chose a career where they're standing in front of a class and choosing to teach children and take care of children that aren't theirs. However, this is a different category I'm talking about right now. I'm talking about these young girls that are not fit to be in classrooms like the one we just saw. Now, I know she's playing the sympathy card, right? She wants people to be in the comments, "Oh, girl, man, to hell with them kids and them damn nasty ass parents, girl. Keep your head up, girl." It's all attention. Attention is currency. I happen to not believe her. But again, I'm more cynical than most, you guys. I'm more cynical than most. What happens is these girls get the attention on social media of their plight, and then they become so popular on social media they don't give a damn about teaching. So let's spin the block in a year. Let's mark this girl's name, and let's spin the block in a year and see what she's doing. Just out of curiosity, spin the block, right? Let's spin the block because everything repeats itself. So let's spin the block in about a year when she's taking her bow out. Spin the block in about a year. She can take her bow out and we'll see where she is then and how popular she is then. Okay. Oh, no Saint pulled up. No Saint, what you doing? I was on the block by
I
myself.
saw that. I was like, is this a one-on-one with Jen? I was like,
Yeah, those are on Mondays.
I know, but I was like, what's going on? So I heard you talking about teachers are underpaid. What's going on here?
Yeah, well, I played a video earlier of a ballet teacher. She teaches elementary school, and she was brought to a tier, I guess a tier, because she wiped one eye. She was brought to a tier regarding the little girls in her class wanted to twerk, and they wanted to listen to Pound Town. They didn't want to learn ballet. So, you know, me, my very cynical self, I was just basically saying that I don't believe her. I think that a lot of young professionals don't belong in the jobs that they're in. And what a lot of these girls do, I've seen shrinks do it, law enforcement do it. They get on social media and they talk about how hard their job is. And then the next month they have OnlyFans pages or they're influencers all of a sudden. So she's sitting in a car. She's doing the very, she's playing up the very submissive. I wear bows in my hair. I don't know why she needed to tell people that. I saw the damn bow. You know, so I'll play a couple seconds just so you're up to speed. And anyone who's just walked in the room, please hit that like and subscribe for Mama. Feel free to super chat your girl. I'm here for a good time, not a long time tonight because I got to go to a show. If you want a cash app, on the block with Janet scrolling on the bottom. Thank you so much for your support, you guys. So no say I'm gonna pull it up real quick, just a couple seconds, just so you get the gist. I'm not gonna play the whole thing because she's a tad long-winded, this one. Okay, we don't have the time. Not tonight. Hope you guys have been enjoying the content. Y'all could hit me with a little thumbs up in the chat. Let me know you've been enjoying the content, darlings.
I'm liking your hair. I like the curl. That's pretty cool.
Thank you so much. I'm straight from the beauty salon.
Yeah.
And I'm not taking the pin curls out until I go out tonight. But I had to take out one to make an effect.
That's awesome. Yeah, looks really nice.
Thank you. So right now I'm looking like, Peter, what are you going? Peter, don't leave us now. I know what it looks like right now. All right. Thank you, Black Lexicon. Let me see that. Let me see them stars in the chat if you've been enjoying content the past couple years. Thanks to everyone who's new. Okay, here we are. Boom. Okay, let me play this. Here's our girl here. Here's our teacher.
All the parents. If you're a parent and your child is in pre-K to elementary school to high school, I'm calling you out. The children today, I have never experienced, and I'm 22. Having to teach and work with you guys as children has been the most traumatic experience of my life. I teach 5-year-olds ballet, 5-year-old girls ballet. I have a class of 10 students. They don't respect any authority. You ask them, can you stand in your designated spot? They're telling you no and shut up. They're throwing things at each other. They're throwing things at other people, other classmates. You say, can everybody sit in their spot? I don't want to. I'm not doing that. You don't get to tell me what to do. You're not my mom. You confront the parent. The parent tries to argue with you and fuss at you because you tried to reprimand and redirect their kid. I told a young little girl, please sit in your spot. You're not my mom. You don't tell me what to do.
Okay, so she's gonna be redundant. So that's really, and then at the end, she got to acting like she was gonna cry. I didn't believe it. I thought it was bullshit. So I'm glad you're here, No Saint, because I'm gonna go to race for a minute. I'm gonna go to race for a minute. Okay, let's go to race. Let's go to race.
Let's go. Let's go.
I guess for the new people, we will ring the race bell so they know what it's about.
I love the race bell.
Oh, the race bell. I was like, the race bell is so fucking funny. We'll ring the race bell because we are about to talk about race, and that's our little trigger warning. If you race sensitive, oh well. It is race time, baby. Okay, so here's what I'm going to say. I am going to safely assume, I don't know where she teaches, but I'm going to safely assume if her students want to hear Pound Town telling you, shut up, you ain't my mother, okay? And they want to hear Sexy Red and Ski, right? I guess they're black, her students. I guess they're black, her students, right? Coming from where I come from, being a Boricua, Puerto Rican, from the Bronx, right? Whole family black and Latin, right? We usually start listening to that hot garbage music early, right? You're not going to go to the suburbs, and little Julie and Susan are going to be listening to Pound Town. With that said, before you retort, well, white people buy the most hip hop. I am talking about their children. I'm talking about 5-year-olds. She got 5-year-olds in her class, 6-year-olds. She got little girls in her class. Okay. Now, yes, white people buy the most hip hop, but those are the older white people. It's not the 5 and 6-year-olds at ballet class. So I'm going to safely assume her class is full of black students. Now, she has 10 students. Now, I'm going back again to she's not equipped for this job. It's only 10 students. And she said out of her own mouth, it's the most traumatic experience she's ever had in her life. Honey, you haven't even started living. You're only 22.
I know.
I said, shit, if this got you, woo, girl.
I know. That's the first thing I thought was like, she's even saying I'm 22. I'm like, you don't have much experience at all. And not just that, I'm thinking to myself, you can't control, and these sound like preschoolers to me. These aren't even first graders. And I'm thinking like, sounds like you might not be in the right career. If you can't control some, but listen, the problem I have with these people on TikTok, and I saw it was a military guy, is I sometimes, well, first of all, I know they're looking to get viral and so they're going to say things and people, so I kind of wonder how much truth is in what she's saying. Just like I saw a guy who was getting out of the military and he was going off and I'm like, yeah, I mean, this isn't anything new. What he was saying wasn't new, but he made it sound, and I wonder what's behind it sometimes. I wonder who's pushing these people. But that being said, yeah, I could not imagine at 5 years old listening to Pound Town. I mean, that sounds ridiculous. But you're saying you're from the Bronx, and let's just say in the city, I know, like, you can ride down and people blasting music all the time out of their window. You know what I mean? And if you don't have supervision, normally you have a big brother or big sister listening to that music, So, I mean, it's a possibility, but golly, fragile. Does she seem fragile to me? Like, these are kids. What do you mean you can't get control of kids?
Yeah, I think there should be an age limit. I think there should be an age minimum to be a teacher. Someone said not a school teacher. She teaches ballet on the side. She's still in a school. She's still teaching. Technically, that's a school teacher. So, what gets me is that, let's go back to race. Oh, shit. Okay, let's go back to race. It sounds like she's better suited to teach white kids or Asian kids.
Yeah.
Okay, let's just keep it 100. We keep it 100 on the block. It sounds to me, but I'm gonna throw something in the pot. No saying. Sounds to me like she's better off teaching at a white school or an Asian school, right? Where kids are there they're not influenced by Sexy Red and Ski. They're not listening to that. They're either playing violin or they go to soccer, you know what I mean, or they're playing piano or whatever, right? Maybe that's better suited for it. However, if I was any sort of supervisor in a white school or an Asian school, I'm not hiring her with those nails.
I didn't even see the nails.
I'm not hiring her with those nails. Okay? Those nails are unprofessional, in my opinion. right? But you can't tell these women now that they can't wear those nails. Okay, I saw a chiropractor the other day on Instagram, a chiropractor. She had those long ass nails, and people were telling her, in the comments, like how you a chiropractor like that, and you have those. Oh, I could, stop getting on my nails, blah blah, whoop de whoop, right? Again, if I was, and I've been to a chiropractor, if I was gonna go, I would not go to her. See, people want to make everything acceptable now. Now I know people are gonna say, "Oh, her nails ain't that bad." Well, I'm just saying the way I would run shit. Let's just look at her nails. Let's just look at her nails. And although she's talking in a very soft voice, I mean, she has a very soft voice, which is lovely, right? I got a funny feeling that she's still a riot around her friends. Okay, all right. So look how she's speaking with her hand. Look how she's speaking with her hand and the length of those nails. And then I'm gonna say something else.
Calling out all the parents. If you're a parent and your child is in pre-K to elementary school to high school, I'm calling you out. The children today, I have never experienced, and I'm 22. Having to teach and work with you guys as children has been the most traumatic experience of my life. I teach 5-year-olds ballet.
Now, I muted it for a reason. Can you guys still hear me? No, saying, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. So I muted it for a reason. Now let's look at her body language. If you couldn't hear what she was saying, look at her hands and look at her nails. If you could not hear her voice and what she was saying, she looks like every other reality show chick with an attitude. Okay? Let's keep it 100. This is the block. If you couldn't hear her plight and what she's saying, okay? Her mannerisms, her nails look like every other chick on a reality show. Watch this. So I was telling him call me, and he didn't want to call me back. And I was wondering why he didn't want to call me, and his baby mama was calling me instead, right? So I'm waiting for him to call me back, and I'm like, why is your baby mama calling me? Why ain't you calling me? Why aren't you calling me instead of her? Okay, so that can easily look like that. Am I wrong? Am I wrong?
It could. I mean,
Okay.
Yeah, it could.
Okay, so if you want to, let's say, hey girl, this is too much, go to Asian school, go to a white school, is better for you. And I'm a supervisor at either school, and you come in talking to me like this with your nails because I just want this job. I'll wear a bow in my hair and everything. And what I want to know is, what I need to, you tell me what I need to know so I could work in this school. You're not getting hired at my school. Because the first thing I'm gonna think, this chick puts a lot into her appearance, which is great. You got those long ass nails. One of my little girls falls. There's an emergency in the classroom. Your dumb ass got nails out to here. How are you going to help one of my students with those fucking nails? Right? So if we're going to act like, because this is my issue, if we're going to act like, okay, the kids are too ghetto. They're telling me that they're not going to listen to me. The parents are too ghetto. Okay. This is the most traumatic experience in my life. I've never heard 5-year-olds talk about ski and pound town. This is just too much. Okay. If it's too much, then why are you carrying on like that? It seems to me like you fit right in. You're just scared of the parents and the kids, because I would not hire you. I wouldn't hire her. I don't care how sweet she talks. I already know this is going to be happening. There could be emergency in the class. Those nails are a fucking hindrance. Those nails are a fucking hindrance. They just are. What if one of the little kids is falling, you got the nails and you're trying to grab them? No.
Listen, I don't know what she does for a living. I know she teaches ballet on the side to these 5-year-olds, but
and a student.
But it's not a good look, especially putting this on social media, if you're going to go up one day and be managerial material and you can't handle 5-year-olds, somebody can look at that and say, and hold that against you. Because if that's the most traumatic thing you've had, stand by, hold everybody in here's beer. It's going to be worse. It's going to be
up,
worse.
baby. Buckle up.
Buckle up. Exactly. Buckle up, because I mean, golly, that is just way too much drama for, and let's just say this. Maybe some parents just dropped them off, hey, it sounds cool. Maybe they can learn a little ballet. Maybe the kids weren't interested in ballet, I mean, it's just a weird, not saying everybody should have an opportunity if their parents were truly interested in them learning ballet, but then the parents would be backing the teacher up, right?
Yeah.
And it's just odd, it's just the whole 5-year-old things got me twisted, because I'm just like, 5-year-olds, you can't handle 5-year-olds. I get some kids are, I mean, maybe some kids are a little bit sassy at 5.
They're very sassy at 5.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, but you listen, you're not really thinking on your feet if you can't figure out how to take control of that situation. So to me, it's really a bad look on her. Yeah. Do some parents are some parents probably not bringing up their kids in a respectful way? Probably. But bottom line, you're getting paid to do a job, and you're sitting there complaining that you can't handle 5-year-olds. It's just nuts.
Yeah, it's the epitome of you're gonna go cry in the car.
Yeah.
She went and allegedly cried in her car. So Haran, I don't know how much you saw, but I was giving somebody a voiceover.
I saw you talking about teachers, and I mean, my 2 cents is that teachers aren't responsible for children, man. They're not responsible for your child's progression. They're not responsible for your child's success. They're not responsible for any of that fucking shit. Their responsibility is to present a curriculum and to present information. If we got 2 kids, if I got 2 kids in front of me and I'm presenting in the same style, one takes it, evolves, runs with the ball and makes it, and the other one doesn't, that's not my fucking fault. No, maybe you should sit down and let's have a conversation with the parents like, hey, I'm presenting this information. Your child seems to be having an issue with it. Do you want to jump in? Problem is that the educational system, like the prison system, has been turned into these glorified daycare centers. You got kids, you know what I mean? The educational system is a daycare center for kids. The prison system is a daycare center for these fucking adults who don't know how to fucking behave. So there's all these institutions that are created by people who just can't get fucking right. Like, look, if your kid can't make it in life, if your kid literally has a learning disability, well, then maybe, they can make it to a certain degree scholastically, but then there might be a time where you have to step in and say, hey, maybe you should go into trades. Maybe you should do something, with your hands. Maybe you should suck dick. I don't know. You know what I mean? But this shit right here isn't your thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I think parents need to jump in and get more involved in their child's education. My mother, absolutely.
Haran, you make a good point, because I'm thinking that almost sounds like an after-school class, and it's probably a bunch of parents saying, hell, man, I can get a couple more hours out of the school system. Send them to ballet.
Mm-hmm.
That might be exactly what that is, because that's, you might be, you have a point.
Look, man, it's like we're in this culture where parents are constantly pawning their kids off to somebody. Like, here, you take them to school. Here, you take them to camp. Here, you take them to rugby. Here. Here's grandparents. Here. And you know what I mean?
Let me say, hold on. Okay. Let me say this. Raising children is hard. And back in the day, it used to take a village. There were a lot of people involved in raising children. So when parents do try, I understand parents wanting to shuffle their kids off every now and then, because it is fucking hard. And it's a 24-hour job.
Yeah, but if it's a village, I understand. And it was back in the days. But guess what? I could pull you to the side, Jay, and be like, yo, such and such is acting out of pocket today. I had to talk to him, yada, yada. Oh, what happened? Blah, 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 blah. And we have a conversation. Nowadays, you say, hey, man, such and such was acting out of pocket today. Don't reprimand my child. Okay.
Well, that's what she said is happening in her class. Thank you, Abby. Abby was like, she was not wearing those nails for the interview. She sure the hell was not. She sure the hell was not. Let's stop the cat.
Oh, that was respectability politics?
Listen, my point was that she doesn't, that's why you missed the little voiceover I did. But basically, she's, in my opinion, in the demographic that she's complaining about, she's just being above it all, sitting there with her bow in her hair. She said, I wear a bow in my hair. Like, it's like, okay, then go teach at an Asian or a white school. However, if I was a supervisor at an Asian or a white school or any school, I would not hire her. I wouldn't hire her. Are you here for the students? Or are you here to show off your nails that you got done because you tried to talk to the students and they wasn't listening? Like, no, I'm not. I don't play that game. Okay, I run a tight ship. And I would hire someone that has a decent nail length because you're working with children. Now, if I was hiring for strip joint bartender, hey girl, and you can handle the bottles with those nails, come on in. You got a job with me. I got no problem with that. But she's making it sound like these kids are too ghetto without saying the word ghetto.
I think a lot of times these days, I think parents internalize or they take things personal when someone says something about their kid. They might have some constructive criticism or whatever, and they immediately see it as a reflection on their ability as a parent. Look, man, if anybody's kid was above, criticism and so and so on, we'd all be pristine parents. Okay, like no one's kid is above any kind of critique, and that is the problem that I have with just a lot of things across the board today. You can't critique anything. You can't even provide a soft fucking critique. Everybody takes everything fucking personally. Everything. If you're not showering someone with affirmations and acknowledgement and constantly saying that they're incredible, you're deemed as a negative person. Like, no, I'm not a negative person. I'm just saying that, hey, man, yeah, you got some things going on great over here, but over here means work. But we don't live in that society now. You can't tell anybody, hey, man, you need to work on some shit. However, those same people you can't tell that shit to. They always got an opinion about somebody else.
So what I think has to happen, because Andro Libre, don't forget, guys, you could super chat and cash app, support the channel. Gracias. And Andro Libre says, my daughter's mom and her family run a daycare. Congrats for them being business owners. He says she's been in the business 20 years. She's no soft cookie, but she's been close to tears talking about the crop of kids coming through now. So two things have to happen. One, before you take on any job dealing with children, you really have to consider how these kids are being raised now. They're being raised on TikTok and Sexy Red. That is the deal. Cardi B is on the cover of their magazines talking to presidential candidates. That's the world we live in now. The worst of the worst is front and center and at the main stage. Okay. So you have to consider that. The second thing is you must raise their wages. You must, because people are going to be like, it's not worth it. It's not worth having a 5-year-old kid twerking in my class and telling me go fuck off. It's not worth it. So those two things have to happen.
I also believe that teachers are well within their rights to use any kind of lethal force if they feel as if their life is being endangered by your child. With that,
where do we go? We're in kindergarten with ballet dancers. Where'd you go, Haran?
Oh, I'm in. Well, at least these little motherfuckers start off violent, but you know what I mean. I'm more so in the high school area.
There was that kid that shot his teacher.
Exactly. But I was more so speaking in the grade schoolish, high school area. You know what I mean? Like a lot of them kids, they seem to have a penchant for not keeping their hands to themselves. And if any one of those teachers one day decided to, use any kind of extreme force against your child, and your child was the aggressor, I see no reason in that being an issue. You know what I mean? So look, man, people. Here's the thing, man. what's happening with children is an extension of everything that's going on. Everybody's not getting involved in the shit in their lives. They're fucking just going through life on autopilot, man. They're not paying attention. Not paying attention to their marriages. Not paying attention to their fucking selves. They're not paying attention to their fucking kids. They're not paying attention to, you know what I mean, how they're spending their fucking money. Everybody's just walking around in a fucking daze, man. And when everything just goes to shit, motherfuckers is just like, well, what happened? Well, what happened is that you're not paying attention. You're not paying attention. Yeah, your wife's out here doing whatever. You're not paying attention. Yeah, your husband's out here doing whatever. You're not paying attention. You know what I mean? So the children, yeah, your kid's out here talking any kind of way to somebody because guess what? At the end of the day, they probably ain't got no manners because look, they're probably literally emotionally raising themselves because when you come home, you barely probably pay attention to the little motherfucker. You know what I mean? You probably pat him in the head and so on. You know what I mean? And he goes into his room.
But that's because of what I said before. People wanted to have sex. They didn't want kids.
But that's just the thing, though. That's a deeper conversation.
Yeah, we've had that conversation. So Mayan King, we visited. He's in here swinging at the air for the teachers. He says, "Why are you going after the teacher? Call a spade a spade. These gremlins are out of control." Two things can be true. I said I was specifically cynical about this particular young lady. Okay. And I also praise teachers because it is a thankless job. It is fucking hard. Okay. However, this particular young lady, to me, in my opinion, fits a pattern of these young girls that make a big stink online. And then next month, they either have an OnlyFans page or they are now influencers because they couldn't take teaching anymore. She's a college student and she teaches on the side.
Mhm.
Sorry, I didn't see a real tear. She's telling us her heart is with her now that she wears a bow in her hair. I'm not taking her seriously. So two things can be true. She could be full of shit and these kids could be gremlins.
Look, man, who the fuck teaches on the side? Like, it's like
maybe it's her job. Maybe it's her
teacher's assistant or something. Or,
like,
yeah.
I mean, when I hear shit like that, because you're responsible for so much. I'm hearing like, oh, he's a Marine on the side, or he's an astronaut on the side, or you know, he's the president on the side. You know, on the weekends, you know what I mean? He has access to the nuclear codes. Like, you know what I mean? Like, situations like that, you got to be all in, man. You got to be all fucking in.
You know, and you're right, Jen. She's 22. She's probably a college student. She's doing that on the side. But just look at Ron, right? You know, if Haran was a teacher, that class would be in line.
It's a different situation. When a man is in the room, especially if it's a big guy, it's a different situation. I mean, I grew up in the high school that I went to. You know what I mean? There was some big guys, and they kept order. You know, and they kept order. Now,
yeah.
There was a
Joe
time.
Joe Clark, baby.
Yeah.
There was a time, one time before, when like somebody got froggy and he got laid on his back. Like he got suplexed on his back. He got a little froggy. You know, so Jen and I went to different kind of environment, different kind of high schools and schools and shit like that, where it was like it was understood that there would be consequences.
I mean, forget the consequences of school. My father lived with us. Okay,
that's the other half. Like your parents back then, sadly enough, parents back then, they took the teacher side. I wouldn't say sadly, but a lot of times, because in their minds, like, well, if the teacher says you ain't doing the fucking work, you ain't doing the fucking work. Because in their minds, it's like, which is pragmatic. If you were doing what the fuck you were supposed to do, you'd be getting an A.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, go ahead.
Thank you for the super chat. Michael Richardson says that's what's wrong with society today. They do not have a village like we had growing up. I got my butt whipped by the next door neighbor with parents' permission.
Some shit went down like that. There was some shit that went down.
That's a little too much for me, but I understand.
Like, not put your hand on my kid, but
I understand.
We could talk if she got a little out of pocket. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like for my daughter, like there's times when I hear her, respond to an adult, and I slow it down in the moment, like whoa.
Yeah.
You don't respond to an adult like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I told like my daughter, like, your father's not evolved. Okay, I'm not evolved. I'm
Mm-hmm.
not I'm not one of those cool parents when it comes to
No
respect.
gentle parenting for you.
I'm not none of that shit. I'm very old school. I'm very conservative. Like, no, you're a kid. Watch your fucking tone. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? If the adult is speaking to you in a respectful manner, watch your tone, man. You
Right,
know what I mean?
right,
I'm very into that.
absolutely. Right. I'm glad you said that because you don't respect adults just because they're adults. Because a lot of fuck people grow up too. They get old.
Even me, like, I speak to if a person is in their 60s and 70s, and especially if it's an old woman, if she's speaking to me in a respectful manner, I'm going to speak to her as an elder.
Mm-hmm.
You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? I'm gonna be like, hey, miss, blah, 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 so on and so forth. And you speak to her respectfully and so on. And because that space is like you're giving that person respect for being an elder and you know what I mean, for basically living that long. But
Okay. I need you to call me Miss Jen every time you see me from now on moving forward.
nah, you ain't but two hours older than me. So we ain't doing that. So you gotta be old. On your way out the door, old.
So Mayan King Revisited says low expectations because they're from the hood. Nonsense. They're like Lily says, they're how you want things to be and how things are. Right? We want to have the greatest expectations for little girls that listen to Pound Town all week with their mama. But that's not the case, right? That's not what's happening. That's why she's unraveling in the car. That's also why she has those nails on, because there are low expectations from people that live in those neighborhoods. And every now and then you get a star to come out of there that's like, I don't want to live like the rest of these people live. I want to be different. I want to be better, right?
I think the only thing that can separate these kinds of situations
Mm-hmm.
is money. You know what I mean? These kinds of problems often happen in schools that are free. They're in public schools. You know, when it comes to premium education,
Mm-hmm.
motherfuckers straight up will tell you get your kid out of our establishment, because if your child is behaving a certain way, it affects my brand, it affects my business. So I need to let folks know that you're paying $30,000 a year for this because we promise you X, Y, Z.
Yeah, you
Mm-hmm.
do. You saw Chris Rock. Chris Rock was saying that they wanted his kids out of his daughter out of a school for whatever, and he was he's paying up the wazoo for a private school, and they wanted her out of there. So that's what happens.
Fuck,
Yeah, what you'll find out is if a parent is spending what amounts to what used to be a semester of college to go to high school, that normally the parent is going to back up the institution.
Absolutely.
And the kids are going to behave themselves. See, the problem with, and I agree, you can get a decent education out of certain public schools. You can even get a decent education out of a poor public school, but it's a lot harder. And
Yep.
and you don't have the backup because, as Haran has mentioned, parents are just happy to get their kids out. Okay, they're going to a public school, fending for themselves. Hopefully they're not going to get beat down for looking at somebody the wrong way, and they don't have any skin in the game. I mean, even if you pay taxes, you don't have any skin in. I pay taxes. I don't know where it's going in the school system. You know what I mean? I mean, but that's what I'm saying. Like, if you don't feel like it's anything that's coming out of your pocket and it's just benefiting you because you're getting the kids, they're not running the streets, then you might not, you'll get more parents that, for whatever reason are not going to push their children. But if you're paying for it, yeah, you're on them. And what I like, and I will say this, what I like about schools now, like, for the young people out there, if you're watching, you guys, man, you don't know. We used to be able to hide stuff. Today's schools, you're on the computer, you can see exactly what's going on in class. That's kind of cool about it. Anyway, I digress. Go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, look, man, at the end of the day, we got to look at this from a human perspective. A lot of these teachers, to No Saint's point, a lot of these parents, to No Saints point, reason why they're not involved too much in these kids' education, their free education, because the shit is free. Mm-hmm. You when a motherfucker is spending money, they are invested. You ever see a hungry motherfucker spend $20 on an Uber Eats drop? Motherfuckers is following this motherfucker. This nigga taking 20 minutes. I'm like, why is this motherfucker taking so long? Yo, this is bullshit. You call the motherfucker. This is $20 now. Okay? All right? So imagine the mindset of a motherfucker that's spending $30,000, $40,000 and you know damn well your kid's a fucking idiot. And you're like, hey, look, man. You're a fucking idiot, but you're going to be carrying on the legacy of my this goddamn brand. You better get it together because I'm damn near spending, you know what I mean? We're damn near spending all our life savings on you. We're betting the farm on you, you fucking moron. You know what I mean? And, you know, to Adam Hearn, man, nah, the expectation shouldn't be as high as my, you know what I mean, my hairline, bro. It really shouldn't, man. That's a little lofty expectation.
You know, so I can't even say I'm sorry, I don't sympathize with her. I think if she can't have, if you want to call that a cry, Haran. But she, you know, she can go work somewhere else. She's only 22. She's very young. She can go work at a white school or an Asian school, but she's gonna have to drop those nails in the way she talks because I don't think she's gonna get past the interview doing this. Okay. Yeah, that's
22.
22. Yeah, but we got to get the fuck up out of here.
And that was the most traumatic thing in her life to date.
Yeah, no, I'll show her around real quick. I'll show her around real quick.
All right.
Let me show her around real quick. This, I mean, you know my face when I was watching this around. I don't think my eyes could have rolled any further back in my head. They rolled all the way around. Where is this child? You know, I'm like, again, let's spin the block in a month or two and see what she's doing with herself then. Quite curious to see what she'll be doing with herself then after all this online attention.
All the parents, if you're a parent and your child is in pre-K to elementary school to high school, I'm calling you out. The children today, I have never experienced, and I'm 22. Having to teach and work with you guys as children has been the most traumatic experience of my life. I teach 5-year-olds ballet, 5-year-old girls ballet. I have a class of 10 students. They don't respect any authority. You ask them, can you stand in your designated spot? They're telling you no and shut up. They're throwing things at each other. They're throwing things at other people, other classmates. You say, can everybody sit in their spot? I don't want to. I'm not doing that. You don't get to tell me what to do. You're not my mom. You confront the parent. The parent tries to argue with you and fuss at you because you tried to reprimand and redirect their kid. I told a young little girl, please sit in your spot. You're not my mom. You don't tell me what to do. Okay. When her mom came to pick her up, I said, hey, your daughter's having a hard time following instructions. And 7 times today, I've had to redirect her to just sit in her spot. Well, clearly she didn't want to sit. And mind you, this is a mom. Clearly she didn't want to fucking sit right there. So, I mean, if she's telling you she don't want to do something, why keep asking her to do it? You know she's not going to do it. What world do we live in? Like, what in you guys' brain as a parent says, my kid not following any directions is a great thing. It's not that serious. And y'all don't have a right to tell her what to do. It's sad. It's sad. It's really, really sad. And another thing that's heart-wrenching is horrifying. It is horrifying. Your 5-year-old daughters are asking to listen to Pound Town and Ski Yee. Your 5-year-old daughters are asking, can we hear Pound Town? I'm playing them Princess Tiana ballet music. and they are asking me, can we hear Pound?
Okay, man.
I don't know what to do.
Jesus Christ.
I don't know what to do. And I'm so scared for these little girls today because this is the most insane agenda push I have ever seen in my life. We do freeze dance. You guys' daughters are twerking at 5. 5. Where's the parenting? Where's the boundaries? Where's the help? Y'all are not helping your kids. You're hurting them. You guys are hurting them. I come every day dressed, ready to go, and I'm in school too. I'm in college. I mean, I put bows in my hair. I'm wearing leotards. I'm trying to get them interested in like proper things for their age, and you guys are exposing your kids to this raunchy secular music. Why is you guys' 5-year-old's daughter singing Pound Town? I'm calling out all the parents. If you're a parent and your child is in pre-K,
secular music.
Listen, this is a great ending to the show. I love it when I'm right. Go, Jen. Y'all better pull up to the block, okay? So as she's speaking, I said, let me go check out this fucking girl's TikTok, this educator that wears a bow in her hair. No.
Ariel.
My bow. Look at my bow. Is this you, ma'am? Is that you, ma'am? Is that your TikTok? Is that you, ma'am? Okay. Ma'am, is this you on... This can't possibly be you, right? These girls listening to this music. Is that you, ma'am? Is that you, ma'am? Ma'am, is this you on a BET red carpet? Are you ready? Are you ready to go viral so you can get a hosting position at BET? Like I said, there's a pattern with these motherfuckers. They go online and pretend that there's some sort of plight. They use something like schooling or race or relationships. They go viral like she has with that video. And then a month later, they're on somebody's red carpet or in somebody's OnlyFans account. This is why I'm cynical of the bullshit. I knew all I had to do is go on some TikTok and see who she really is. I wear a bow in my hair. On TikTok, got a pink wig on, bitch. Get out my face. Case closed. It's over. Meet us here on the block tomorrow.
I'll say one more thing, man.
Yeah.
Go ahead. I'm done.
Most of these kids ain't gonna grow up to be shit anyway. So it's just the trash taking itself out. Nature always wins. You know, nature always wins. We'll be fine. You know what I mean? There's enough kids in higher education areas and enough parents out here who give a shit for the machine to keep moving. This is just, you know, they look, you know, hey, somebody's got to wash cars. Somebody's got to fill up these prisons. You know what I mean? Somebody's got to be a drug addict. So, you know, we got to.
Sunshine.
It is what it is.
So, of course, in her bio, she has her booking Gmail if you want to book her and inquiries and collabs. Okay, so if you guys want to do that,
sure.
In 8 years, this girl gonna either marry get pregnant by a basketball player, or marry like I see it all over. I see it. She's oozing. It's all over her. I see it. I'm like, and that it seems annoying.
You can't. Here's the thing that it always comes out somehow. Again, like I said, I wouldn't hire her. I saw right through it. Thank you for the last super chat of the night. Adam Hearn says, "Come to the Lord and away from the Democrat plantation."
Yeah, I heard what she like secular music. I was like, what is she talking about? Like, I wonder what her whole deal is. But the music that she had on that video was cracking me up too. The little, I don't even know what it was. I don't even know what it was, but that was entertaining. That video was entertaining.
Absolutely. So yeah, I'm on her TikTok. She's looking mighty secular.
Yes, secular. And the agenda. Agenda. The other thing was like, that's what I'm saying. Like with these TikTok accounts of these people that are coming in, like it really sounds like people that there are people, and I don't know, this is conspiracy, I guess, but there are people getting paid to kind of, influence the younger people, like with the agenda and like he was saying, the secular and we're going down,
Yeah,
she's 22 years old.
I thought those words were bizarre as well. But she did her thing and she got her booking info in her bio, so hopefully she'll get herself an athlete or something.
For ballet training, I don't know.
Yeah, okay. Bookings. I doubt it's for ballet. But I've closed this case. I love you all. Thank you for coming up, gentlemen. Even though y'all was hella late, I was ready.
Yeah.
You see me? I was going in dolo. Are you seeing me? I was ready.
I saw you.
Okay.
I saw you.
But, thank you for coming up. Anyway, we will see you tomorrow. I'm on my way.
Great time.
Okay, and I'll let you guys know what it was like to Marvel.
Where you go? Where?
Usher.
Oh, okay. Yeah, have a great time.
Okay. Yeah. Let me see if I got a secular outfit in my closet.
You're halfway secular right now.
Yeah, secular, baby. All right, guys.
Bye-bye.
Love you all.
Bye-bye. Good night.
Hit that like and subscribe on your way out the door for mama. I appreciate you. Good night. See, I'm always gonna have the receipts for you. I ain't gonna let nobody pull the wool over your eyes, little Miss TikTok. All right, guys. Good night.